Alright, yins guys, this is how you recognize a a white leftist pseudo gangster beta male. You know, the one that drives around in his parents' car with shitty rap music, wants everybody he's driving by to be convinced or appear to them like, oh yeah, he got gangsters and heavy duty people that got his back, and everybody's supposed to be either oppressed, afraid of them, or mortified and appearing all badass or whatever. The whole sham, the mask, you know, all confined to the safe bubble he has in his parents' car. I mean, the act you put on, you literally have to have a car, a safe space, your car is your safe space in your bubble, and where you can safely have that fantasy and safely believe that everybody thinks you're a badass and you're something heavy duty. Yeah. Alright, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video. I'm gonna tell you something here right now. Today's music what these kids are listening to doesn't make any damn sense. Well, when I was in my 20s, I said the same shit, because when I was younger, I think music was a little bit better, and I think maybe like Henry Rollins said when he was making fun of modern rave music, me, myself, I'll say like he said, I'm just probably a 53-year-old curmudgeon who's completely lost the plot, but I think some of this shit sucks. I mean, I think rap music was better in the 1980s. A lot of it was fun. Run DMC, if you find you don't like my ways, and you can send me back in 30 days. 5 minutes of funk, that ain't no junk, and all that stuff that you can find on YouTube right now to be, for a little bit of nostalgia, some classic nostalgia, I'm all for it. But yeah, today's music, what some of these kids are doing, you know, this rap music, it all sounds the same from a distance. And I have a theory here. Maybe I'm being a little bit, maybe I'm trying to be comedic, trying to be funny, but I'm being sarcastic here. But it's also a possible theory. And, you know, in some cases, well, I'll talk about the newer screamer rock too. I can say that in a different video, but that applies to that too. Hardly any shit audible. I'm like, that's music? Jeez, what I listened to back in my days, that might have been not quite screamer rock, you know, maybe things like Obituary or Slayer or Testament, you know what I mean, just today's screamer rock. I'll throw that in there. But these kids with these rap music, yeah, they're trying to use this music, blast it, to announce what they want to convince the people who they drive by, trying to announce or convince the people whom they're driving by that they are, trying to convince them that they are, or announce who there's people supposed to think they are. Either supposed to be the person they drive by, or people drive by, they're either supposed to be, I don't know, impressed, mortified, offended, you know, they'll take it either way. Well, I was young once too with my boombox with heavy metal, you know. Hey, it was a phase some of us went through. I'm not bashing everybody, you know what I mean, too. Maybe they're driving by in a car, they're coping, you know. Been there, you know, I understand that, but the kids with the rap music, why don't they just, you know, what they're trying to fool people passing by. You know, when you got too much background noise, other cars, traffic, and noises, depend on what city or town you're in. If it's a little quieter, they can blast whatever lyrics with the fake drums, electronic drums, a boom, 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 boom. And they're the same monotonous type of rap trying to sound tough, and they want to get the people they're driving by, convince them that they're in with the gangsters, man. They're down with the gangsters. They're driving mommy and daddy's car. They're still living in a room in their parents' house. Some of them are probably in their late 20s, pushing 30, still living in a room in their parents' house. And their only friends that they have, or their teenage friends that they're illegally furnishing beer and cigarettes illegally to. Then once these friends turn 21, hey, dude, they ain't gonna have no friends no more, and they just resort to hanging in these loser bars or whatever the hell. But yeah, I'd maybe in their pushing 30 and live in their parents' house, have a 14-year-old girlfriend that's that their parents think the girl's in school, but he's hanging with this older boyfriend and all their friends, and he's furnishing booze and cigarettes illegally to them. And then, yeah, those dipshitted 13, 14-year-old girls, yeah, I got an older guy that's gangster that got a car and or whatever shit. But yeah, if you got this far, here's another theory for you. You know how they want to mortify whatever the lyrics, you know, like how gangster they supposedly are. They got some gangsters that got their back. Yeah, their friends there, maybe they're buying a bag of weed from. They want the people that they drive by that want to be mortified or impressed. They want them to be scared of them. Oh yeah, I'm down with the gangsters. I got gangsters that got my back. Even though I'm driving my mother's Toyota Corolla, still in a room in my parents' house, and yada yada. But yeah, I think aside from trying to mortify people or fool people with whatever lyrics, if there's too much background noise, this is only a theory. I think they got a separate CD that isn't any lyrics, you know, because how some days you can't even hear like there's any rapper rapping. You know how they'd be driving by in a car and you're hearing boom, 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 boom. You know, I think they have their whatever rappers they're listening to, but when there's too much traffic noise, maybe they don't, aside from gratifying their own egos, their fantasy egos, when they know there's too much noise around for anybody to be mortified by the lyrics or impressed or whatever, they got this separate CD that's in their glove compartment that there's no rapping. It's just, they pull it out, it has a label on it. You probably buy them somewhere in the store. They label it. It's probably labeled as the boom, boom, boom CD, although I don't know how you spell it. And I swear that some of it, when they're driving by and all you hear the doors shaking a little bit, boom, boom, boom. It almost sounds like, say, maybe if you had a hangover and you're drinking beer and your lips are together while you're throwing up, you're going, ooh. Maybe while your car is running, maybe when you park your car, maybe when they're drunk, right, and they park their car, it's idling or something, depending on what kind of car, and they still got their foot on the gas pedal, where they're one foot on the gas pedal, while one foot on the brake while they're drunk, and they're sticking out their head to throw up because they were partying and drinking. The car's going boom, the engine is going boom, 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 boom. And then meanwhile, they're at the same time with the rhythm of, because they have their foot on the gas and the brake at the same time, sticking out their head out the door open, throwing up. They're throwing up from the hangover. They be sounding just with the car. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, when there's no rapping, they got a CD with the rapping, all those lyrics that they're supposed to mortify, impress people, and be big shots. And once again, I think they do. They got a CD that's no lyrics. It's just no instruments, nothing but boom, boom, boom. So when everybody hears that boom, 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 and you don't hear no lyrics, there are no rapping, everybody's supposed to be impressed, mortified, scared. Oh my God, look how gangster he is. Oh, he got gangsters that got his back. Man, even, he may look like he's just still living with his parents at 38 or 43 years old, but that's just a cover, man. He got going on, man. And the 13, 14-year-old girlfriend believes just that, hanging with him when she's supposed to be in school, where parents find out he can get arrested for statutory, teenage friends, teenage friends that are all supposed to be in school, parents think they're in school, and he's furnishing them beer, liquor, and cigarettes. Yeah, I'm giving you the whole rundown, the character of Mr. Wannabe Gangsta, playing shitty gangster music in their car, white leftist kid, the ones you see passing by, not saying every single one that listens to rap music is like that. Some of them are just coping and some of them are being hip, and but most of them grow up and some of them don't, you know what I'm saying. But it's fucking hilarious.